the question everybody is asking, and this one's very controversial, and I asked him just to go with me on it. Do you think you're ever going to get married?
Boom, boom, boom.
Is this a controversy? I didn't know that.
There's a camera up there. This
Yeah,
is
it
your
might not
life.
It'll be on social media in 20 seconds.
Oh, it is? You know.
It's the Kenny Wallace Show, brought to you by JEGS.
All right, guys, I think you all know who this guy is. Very familiar face. You know, Chase, we were just mentioning, if you're in the stick and ball sports and you don't make a playoff run, you got to go home and sit on the couch.
Yeah, sure.
The cool thing about NASCAR's Cup Series and the other ones are the fact that you still get to go out there. You can still get poles. You can still qualify well like you did last night and still really make waves.
Yeah, it's definitely. First off, thanks for doing this. Both y'all had a big piece of this coming back, and I was a kid when all this was going on. Watching y'all on TV.
Make fools of ourselves.
Not in a bad way, but this was such a cool environment to watch, you know. And I was on Speed Channel and all that stuff. So this is the atmosphere and the environment that we love and miss, and that's thanks to y'all. So.
Thank you, Chase.
Yeah,
thank you.
but I really have a lot of appreciation for that. So thank you, number one, and glad to be here. Yeah, but to your point, you know, it is kind of interesting that we can still race, and obviously we're still in on the owner side, so have a lot to race for. So we're, you know, it really doesn't. I know I didn't make the playoffs, but. From a team perspective, it doesn't feel any different to me. Just because the car is in, there's still a lot of expectation for us internally to go and try to do a good job and try to advance through these rounds. So it's nice to have a goal out there still within reach and a carrot to kind of chase after, and our team definitely has that.
You know, I'm 60 now, so I look at you as a champion, a winner, already an accomplished Cup driver. So tonight you're lining up 7th, and we know how gnarly this track can get. You can wreck in a heartbeat. When you drop the green flag with this new next-gen car, you know they've got this glue on the bottom. Do you have butterflies when you start a race like this, when you know what's going to happen on the outside? What is in your mind when you get ready to go green flag at this particular racetrack?
Yeah, well, this race on the schedule, you know, the Bristol night race in the fall, in my opinion, is the coolest race we have. I think it is. I'm not saying this to say it because we're here. I really believe this, and it is. It is
badass.
100%, and it is such a special environment. You know, I think there's, as you've done this for a few years, there's very few races that you still get overly excited for, and this is definitely one of them.
Do you notice the fans? Do you notice the pictures being taken?
Absolutely.
He notices you all.
Yeah.
He sees you.
Absolutely. I remember my first truck race up here. It was on I guess it was on Thursday night, like normal, and we qualified pretty good. I just remember coming. I think we were on the front row, and we were coming around there to take the green flag, and you know the sun was kind of setting, and I see all the cameras going off, and I'm like, man, this is so cool.
Yeah.
Because I remember seeing this as a kid and like watching this and being a spectator, but to kind of be a part of the show at a place like this when the energy level is this high, this is what NASCAR is all about, and it's been a thrill. So I look forward to this event. I don't necessarily feel like I get nervous, but I'm certainly excited to be a part of it.
Chase, is it a hard balance for you? You've always been a playoff driver for your whole career. Now you're not. I know a driver owes something to himself, to his fans, to his owner. You got to get everything you can get because you're still competing. But are you aware of playoff drivers? Do you want to make sure you don't be that guy that gets in the way at all?
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely aware, but I'm aware because we're racing them in the owner's side. You know, you're racing against those guys for that side of things. So, yeah, I mean, there's definitely a line to balance, but, you know, when you look at it, if you have pace and your car's fast and you're able to go up there and pass guys and move forward if you have a bad pit stop, like, you know, all those things I feel like come out in the wash. Where I feel like you can get in a lot of trouble is if you're a little off and you're just trying to scrape a little more. You know, that to me is where the mistakes can come if you're trying to reach a little too far. But the goal is to not have to reach. The goal is to just be good enough outright that you're just in position and have a good shot that way. So that's my approach. But certainly aware, but I feel like we're always aware of that year to year. And yeah, it's definitely a bummer. You know, hate we missed it on the driver's side, but I feel like we have made a little traction over the last few weeks in particular with pace and kind of getting up in the mix with those guys that I feel like we need to be racing against. So that's been a lot of fun for me. It's also been fun just to see that progress and to see the hard work that we're putting in and see some results. That's always encouraging. So I'm excited about tonight and hope it continues forward.
So,
Hey,
breaking news in the garage area yesterday. So we're going to ask Chase his opinion. So NASCAR was in a funk, and they said, we're going to put dirt on this place for 3 straight years. Yesterday, they say, hey, by the way, nice Kenny Wallace T-shirt.
But there's 3 Chase Elliott T-shirts right next to the one.
No,
That's right.
no more dirt.
I see you.
No more dirt on Bristol. What is your opinion of no more dirt on Bristol? Here we go.
I mean, it sounds like we're split opinion in the crowd.
Hey, hold on, Chase. Let's do it. Let's do this. Hold on. Per Chase Elliott, Chase wants to know, dirt on Bristol? Hold on. Concrete.
That's their opinion.
Yeah. All right, never mind.
Well, what's your opinion?
I take it back. Sounds like concrete.
Well, they were.
But-
NASCAR was trying.
Yeah, no, I agree. And to be honest with you, and I'm sure that not everyone always likes the decisions that they make or that they've been making. But one thing that I will give NASCAR over the last few years, they've been willing to try new stuff. And I think that's something to be a little excited about, if nothing else. You know, and it's okay. You know, like if some stuff doesn't work, that's fine. But I think their willingness to try new things is great. They just have to be willing to look in the mirror and say, that wasn't a good idea. We need to do something different. And it sounds like, listening to y'all, that the concrete's the way to go here. But for me personally, I didn't really have a preference. I just felt like if we were going to dirt race, it needed to be a proper dirt race.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Hey, Kenny likes that.
And I just didn't think it was. You know, I didn't think it was. Like, they need to take the windshields out of the cars and do some of those things that they didn't do. But there's other tracks on the schedule that need dirt way worse than Bristol. How about that? Yeah.
Well, let's go down. We've got a question.
All right.
Wendy Venturini down here with a fan. Who have you got, Wendy?
well, Jerry over here has a very serious racing question. I'm just kidding.
All right, 2-part question, Chase. More important, it's SEC football season. Are you going to go to the UK at Georgia game? And are you ready for them Cats to whoop the Bulldogs' ass? Woo, go Big Blue!
First off, I love your optimism. I really do. I wish I was as optimistic as you. I'm just not. But the good news is the Dogs don't need any help on that front. I think you're in trouble, just like I think South Carolina's in trouble here about right now. But I don't think I'm going to get to any games. It's always so hard, you know, during the season. I would love to go over there and watch, but I certainly watch from afar and keep up with them, and hope they can make another run at it. Man, it's been a lot of fun to be a Georgia fan these last couple years.
Yep, no doubt about that. Chase, when you come out here, something like that, every driver has their fan base. They have their people that are out there. But for you, when you see all the Napa hats and the Napa shirts, how gratifying is that for you? I know the bottom line is performance on the racetrack, but it must be really nice to see these legions of fans.
No, it definitely is, and environments like this, like we talked about here at the top of the show, make it special. And obviously, you know, it doesn't matter where we are. It always is. A lot of times I'm like, man, why? Like, why me? You know, I don't always understand. But you know, one thing that you guys have done for not only me, but you've been great to my family over the years, and I'm grateful for that. And I think I can speak for all of us from that front. You've made it very special for us, and you've given us another reason to come to the racetrack to try to make y'all proud. And that's not only on my front, but that was the way Dad was, and so on. So our family is grateful for it, and we hope that we hope we can continue to make y'all proud over the years, and who knows where things go, but certainly certainly excited to see y'all and the 9 hats and the Napa gear and everything. So thanks for coming out. I do appreciate it.
Go with me.
And I will say, 9-year-old Ella from Ohio just made you this bracelet in the crowd, so I will give it to you when you come backstage. Ella
very
from
nice,
Ohio,
Ella.
just now in the Trackside Live stage crowd.
Thank you very
Love
much,
it.
Ella.
So the question everybody is asking, and this one's very controversial, and I asked him just to go with me on it. Do you think you're ever going to get married?
Boom, boom, boom.
Is this a controversy? I didn't know that.
There's a camera up there. This
Yeah,
is
it
your
might not
life.
It'll be on
controversial.
social media in 20 seconds.
Oh, it is? I'm not against it by any means, but I also think, what's the rush?
There you go.
You're a good sport. Thank you. I love you.
I'm not against it. You find the right one and the timing's right, why not? I'm good with it, but I'm in no rush. I'm not even 30. What's the rush?
How old are you?
I'm 27.
Damn.
Yeah.
27 years old, already has a championship, the most popular driver. You got it going on. And you're a badass. Let me tell you, I just
Thank
got to
you.
say this.
I appreciate that, Kenny.
This is
Make
a
me feel
question.
good.
This is a
I need to
question.
come see you more.
Well, no, I mean this. I admire him because I'm a racer. I raced last night. I run 4th, 8 hours from here. But I can go to Hickory, North Carolina. I can go to the Snowball Derby. And this man is racing. He's racing short tracks. He's kicking ass. What makes you be such a great racer that you will go and race everything?
Well, I just enjoy to race.
Racer?
Yeah, I just like racing when I can. And I did see you at Hickory. You were there earlier this year. That was
You drove hard, man.
That was not a good outing.
Yeah, but you
for
drove
me.
hard.
Yeah, well, for sure. It was not
Yeah.
for a lack of effort, but it did not go
Yeah.
good. But yeah, I just love to race. Whenever I have the chance, I would love to do more of it.
What's your next race out and about?
I don't have any. I'm done for the year. So I ran. Let's see, a few weeks ago up at Berlin, Michigan, we had a race
Great
there.
circle track?
Yeah, it is a big circle. But we had a lot of fun. Bubba Pollard ended up winning the race, ran second to him. That was probably our best run of the year. So
That's
that
like
was,
a win.
No, it's not like a win. We beat him plenty back in the day. It's
I
just
like
been
that's
a while.
why you're a champion right there.
So no, it wasn't like a win.
Yeah.
It was like second. That's what it was. So anyways, it was a good outing for us. We've been struggling, so it was nice to get some traction going in the right direction. But I don't have any more late model races planned this year. The way the schedule worked out, been kind of sharing a car with Jake Garcia, and he's been running the Truck Series, and he is running most of the bigger races towards the end of the season. So I just told him I'm good. I'll sit it out, and we'll go try again next year.
Wendy, what do you got?
Well, that was a short track question from our fan Jerry here. What race were you wondering he was attending?
Okay, first time we saw you was at All-American 400 in Nashville that you won. Two things. Would you like to go back and run it again? And what do you think about NASCAR coming to the fairgrounds?
Yeah. Well, this is a great topic, for sure. And I would love to. And funny you ask because Ricky Turner, the guy that has been helping me with our late model cars, they said, well, hey, he called me last week, and he said that they weren't running the All-American. I was like, well, when is it? And he said it was yeah, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I'm trying to remember where we're racing that at. I think it's the championship weekend. It's while we're in Phoenix. And I was doing the math trying to figure out how I could get there. So if that answers your question, yes, I would love to go back. That is my favorite short track in the country that I've raced at. And, what better place than Nashville to have a cup race at not only a very cool racetrack, but one that has a lot of history within our sport. So I have been a big fan of bringing the fairgrounds back, and it sounds like they've really been trying. And I think for that, I'm grateful. I hope that they don't. I know they built the soccer stadium and they want to make it a parking lot and this and that, but I know that if they ever gave us the okay, it would be a crazy environment. Probably it would be right up here with Bristol with the races on our schedule. I think they'd be first and second. And what I saw there I ran the SRX race there a couple years ago. Dad and I got to run against each other, and that environment, it reminded me of being here, you know, for the night race, and that was pretty special. So when I saw that place lit up that night, it really showed me what it could be, and it kind of confirmed all my thoughts. So I'm all in for the fairgrounds. I hope it comes back, and certainly don't want to see it go away.
And Chase, I'm glad you mentioned that because we got one more thing for you before we let you go. You mentioned your age, and Kenny mentioned his age. So me and Kenny have T-shirts that are older than Chase, but that means we watch Bill Elliott race in our day. And it's really special to see you grow up with your daddy racing, and now your daddy's by your side when you're racing. How much does that mean to you to have that family connection there?
Yeah, it is, you know, not just my dad. Everybody wants to talk about dad, but my mom deserves a lot of credit too. And she, yeah, exactly. Exactly. But, you know, they've both done a lot for me, and I'm not sure, I know I wouldn't be here without them, but from a racing standpoint, they've done a ton, and they've really been a huge support. And you know, we have done a lot of racing together, a lot of traveling together, and they've been there each step of the way and kind of watched me grow up and progress, you know, as a driver and off the track, and I'm grateful for both. So it has been a fun ride, and you know, it's not. I don't take for granted the things I've been able to experience with them, and you know, that does not always happen, and I recognize that, and I've been just super grateful to have experienced some of the moments that we have as a family, and certainly looking forward to hopefully making some more, you know, down the road, but we'll see.
Guys, let's give Chase Elliott a big old send-off. He deserves it, man. Thank you so much, Chase.
Thank you,
Thank you,
race
guys.
fans.
Enjoy.
One more time, a big round of applause for Chase Elliott.